This is really interesting. There are some on the so-called alt-right, the extreme right, some of them white nationalists who are also anti-Semites, and they are upset with President Trump for his Holocaust memorial speech. And by the way, there was nothing in the speech that would be outrageous or above and beyond what you would expect at a Holocaust memorial speech. Good for President Trump in delivering that speech, and other presidents have as well. But these white nationalists that are anti-Semites, they are very upset with Donald Trump. Here, Benjamin Garland on a neo-Nazi website, The Daily Stormer, wrote this: "You can never appease the Jews. Give them an inch and they want a mile. The only way to deal with them is to ignore them and or tell them to shut their filthy mouths." And he believes that Trump has made a complete turnaround. Months ago, quote, "He was a man who knew how the Jews operate, and as a man with enough self-respect to not be publicly humiliated by them by bowing to their every whim and demand." And then David Duke, former Grand Wizard of the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, notorious anti-Semite, white nationalist, but a supporter of Trump. He said, "Why is the so-called Holocaust the only atrocity to receive its own very own remembrance proclamation? It's Jewish privilege," he said. And then directing this to Trump, he said this on Twitter: "Do you not have any power? Why are you surrounding yourself with the enemies of the American people?" Here's what happened. These white supremacists, these white nationalists, these alt-right anti-Semites, they portrayed a Trump in their own image. They misunderstood who he really was. He hasn't changed. He's been a friend of the Jewish people for years. He's been a friend of Israel for years. One of his major campaign promises, which I hope he'll keep, was that he was going to relocate the American embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Yeah, I would wish his daughter Ivanka was in love with Jesus and following him as a true Christian. The fact is she converted to Judaism, and a fairly Orthodox Judaism, to marry her husband Jared. And Jared is a key part of the Trump family and has been for years. And Trump's grandkids are Jewish. And I'm sure Trump has worked with Jewish business people for years and years and years. What happened was these white supremacists portrayed Trump in their own image. They projected their feelings on him, and now they think he's doing a turnaround. No, this is who he's been. He was never an anti-Semite. He's been a friend of Israel for years. This is consistent with who he is. Let these anti-Semites be exposed. And those on the, quote, alt-right who are not anti-Semites and white supremacists, then go ahead and renounce this and say this is not who we are, and join us with a more holistic approach to what is best for America. Let the anti-Semites be exposed. Good for President Trump.